most important choice I felt going forward was the vice president. It had to be somebody who had the wisdom and had the experience, but that was going to be nothing without the drive to be there 24/7. Because if I can't get it done, I have to call the next guy up, and that's going to be the VP. And it doesn't matter whether it's on a weekend, whether it's about an overtime issue, maybe it's about an issue where a guy's in trouble, but understand there's another issue that we have to worry about, and that's keeping our jobs for the next 10 to 15 to 20 years. This team, I think, is unique to that than probably maybe every other local out there, and that we think about that every day. We think about those everyday issues, those overtime issues, those issues when people are in trouble, but we also think about what's going to happen ahead of us. What can we do to ensure that everyone here gets to retire with the benefits and that everyone else behind them got? That's what we do. John Sheil is the person with that kind of work ethic that we can count on. I hope you support him. He has 100% support from me and from this team. I want to talk about Doug Sheehan. The reality is, back in 1889, the group that was here ruined this local, ruined it. In '89, when the McCracken team took over, there was nothing in a checking account. Doug was part of that team, and he brought us up to a point where we can now call chief stewards off the job if we need them and pay them to do the work that we need to support our jobs. You guys know what that work is. We've talked about it many times. That's the ability we have. That's the ability that a lot of small locals don't have. We can do that. We can do it because of what Doug's done. You cannot get that kind of experience overnight. You cannot walk into something because you feel you're ready. He is the candidate. He is the person who's held this job and the person that we can trust. And we have to have re-elect into that position. Regarding Mark Crum. Listen, when I became an area chief, I started as a chief steward, area chief. When I became an area chief, and every one of my chiefs knows this, at one point I had walked up to Mark and said, you know, I like to see, because we were all completely together back then. It was a while ago. And I said, I like to see the northern area working like the southern area works. In other words, where we can count on each other, where we can be a force to be reckoned with. And the only way to do that was to have people together, solidly together. So I, quite frankly, as an area chief steward, I put all the chief stewards together, we patterned ourselves after what Mark had created down in the southern location. And I think that we are there. We are there. We're not perfect, but we are there. And we did it because we had a good example to follow. That's why I think you should be voting for Mark Crum. He has that experience, and when it comes to a pit fight and your job's on the line, that's the guy you want in there with you. Last, you don't have a team without having a leader. Without having the leader you can count on 100%. That's Kevin Sheil. He's the leader that we can all count on, that has all of our best interests, and I can tell you, also the 24/7 worker. If you believe in Kevin, you need to believe in this board. It's the A-team. That's the question you have to ask yourself. Do I want the A-team there for me if I got to worry about a termination, if I have to worry about a suspension, if I have to worry about getting the next 10 to 15 to 20 years? That's the team. I hope you vote for all.